So these are 5 advantages the iPhone 16 has over the Pixel 9. So both of these devices are really premium devices, but there are some clear advantages the iPhone 16 has over the Pixel 9. The Pixel 9 is the most iPhone-like Pixel that Google has released. It does have the same nice build quality, but it also has the same high price as the iPhone 16. But there are just some things you cannot do on the Pixel 9 or features that can match the iPhone 16. And let's go through them. The first one, when you switch over from Android to iPhone, and in this case, from the Pixel 9 to the iPhone 16, is you're going to lose the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is probably the best smartwatch out there. There's no Android experience that could match the smartwatch experience on an iPhone. For example, one of the main draws that I use on my Apple Watch, and I missed when I switched back to Android and tried out the Pixel 9, is the simple things, such as I use my watch as my alarm clock and as a timer. So if I have my alarm and timer set on my iPhone, I could turn it off on my Apple Watch. So I could be in another room, or when I'm sleeping and I wake up, I could just I don't have to reach for my iPhone. I could just use my Apple Watch to turn it off. And it simply just works. Another thing about it is every Apple Watch will pretty much work with any iPhone, even the newer iPhones. And if you want that experience on a Pixel, you need to get the Pixel Watch. And even then, it's not that good. You can't use a Samsung to match up with that timer and alarm setting that I just mentioned. So you really specifically have to have a Pixel Watch. So it really limits you, while you could use all these different Apple Watch options with the iPhone 16. The next advantage the iPhone 16 has over the Pixel 9 is an old one, but it is still relevant today, and that's iMessage. Now, I regularly use WhatsApp for most of my messaging, and even like voice calling and video calling, but not everybody wants to use WhatsApp, especially here in the US. And the thing that I find annoying about not using iMessage is your only other alternative is going to be RCS on the Pixel 9. And I found it to be very frustrating because not every carrier supports it. And since the iPhone 16 and iOS 18 do support RCS, it's frustrating when RCS isn't even working on Android to Android, so let alone Android to iPhone. And then the other thing is that iMessage works with a phone number and an email on several devices. And with Android and the Pixel 9, RCS is only going to work if you have a phone number. So I think that's a really big advantage for people messaging without adding any other app for messaging. You know, it's just a simple way. This is a very rudimentary, very simple thing that people use on a daily basis, and you simply can't match iMessage on the Pixel 9. The next advantage iPhone 16 has over Pixel 9 is the Find My network and the AirTag. It is simply the best GPS locator if you lose things, if you want to track people. There's just no other alternative really that matches the ease and use of the Find My network. And an AirTag, a $30 tracker, just works very, very easy. There's no real alternative on Android. You have Tile, they just introduced, Google and Android just introduced some form of Find My type of situation, but you have to opt in, and it's not really that useful. It's not robust. This gold standard is still Find My and AirTag, which includes your Macs, it includes your iPads, AirPods, the AirTag, Yeah, there's simply nothing out there on Android that could match the compatibility, the ease of use of the Find My network. The next advantage iPhone 16 has over Pixel 9 is a very simple one, and maybe it doesn't apply to everybody, but it definitely applies to me, and that's iMovie. iPhone iMovie version is the best way to edit videos, and you want to make videos on a cell phone, on a smartphone. It's free, it's very high quality, it has the great options, and it makes a very professional looking video on the go. There is no freaking way to make a quality video easily on an Android. The Google does have some type of YouTube editor creator app, but I find it to be, not as robust. You can't really do much on it. It doesn't compare to iMovie. And video editing is very, very frustrating. It's very, very slow sometimes on Android compared to iMovie. iPhones and the iPhone 16 renders video so well. And to me, it matters a lot because obviously I'm making this video on iMovie as I speak right now. And you have to pay for an app, Power Director, Video, all these other apps that are on Android. You have to pay for them, and they're not homegrown. It's not a built-in type of app. It's not directly from Google. And the only one that comes close is the YouTube Create, and it's just not that good. And the last advantage of iPhone 16 over the Pixel 9, and specifically it's the hardware and it's the size, the overall size of the iPhone 16. It is shorter, it is thinner, and it is lighter than the Pixel 9. Now, the Pixel 9 has a really great build quality. I'll give it that. It finally matches iPhone build quality. But I like the overall handheld size of the iPhone. It just, it's lighter. It fits in your pocket better. You can handle it better with your hand. It is just way easier to use than the Pixel 9 when you compare it side by side. And you really just can't match that on the iPhone still. So, I prefer a smaller device over a bigger device any day. So that's been my 5 advantages the iPhone 16 has over the Pixel 9. Let me know which ones you agree with and which ones you would say are some advantages or disadvantages between the iPhone 16 and the Pixel 9.